At first, I told Coach Bluter no, and that was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. And then I retracted and called her and I said, well, do you still want me to play for you? And she said, absolutely. And I think she was out at dinner and bought some champagne. And I'm sure that's exactly what she's going to do tonight, too.
So much to talk about. Getting into the game, you guys are down 8-0 there and kind of had to reset everything. Just in that moment, obviously there was still a ton of time, but just how did you kind of get everybody regrouped?
I think, I was just saying, we're fine. They've made some tough shots, and then we changed our defense. And I think when we went to, some of our junk defense, triangle and two, and then we're doing some, three defense where you deny three people, I think it really caused them a lot of problems. When you take away their two best scoring players, it's just tough to score the ball. I thought we could have even, played better defense and boxed out better, but I think the biggest thing was not one single person was announced frazzled. And then we come out of the timeout, and I think we go on our own little run there and eventually get the lead, and we just keep chipping away. And then obviously the third quarter was huge for us. So I think it just speaks to our mental toughness. That hasn't always been the story for us, especially the 2 years before this. But this year, we've worked on it a lot, and I think it's helped us so much.
How much do you have to go through, 2021, last year? A lot of goods happen in your career, but how much does all these moments kind of make this possible?
Yeah, I think, over the past 3 years, there's been a lot of good, a lot of hard. I think it makes all the hard pay off. And it's probably what any athlete says when they reach this point in their career, but, not many people are lucky enough to reach the Final Four. And I always said, I'm going to give it everything I have, 110%, but, you could even play your hardest in your best game and you still might not come out on top just because that's how hard the March Madness tournament is, NCAA tournament. You need some luck. We were lucky enough to have a lot of upsets in our region, but Louisville is a tremendous team. They're well coached. They have a Final Four pedigree. Jeff's been there quite a few times. They have tremendous players. So, I think it's just the belief in one another and, the hard times pay off. And we've used the fire of last year to drive us to this moment.
Is there one shot or one moment in this game that sticks out in your mind for whatever reason?
I think the three at the beginning of the fourth quarter, it's not really a shot I always shoot or let alone make. It was a spot up three. I caught the ball and held it for a second, and I gave her a little jab and shot it, and it went in. So I think at that point, that's when I was feeling pretty confident. I still felt like I shot a few threes that felt really good off my hand that didn't go in, but I don't know. It was just such a fun game. I felt like we executed really well, and I think, they came out in a box and wanted to start the second half, and we didn't even flinch. We haven't seen it in a few games, but, Gabby Marshall steps up and makes two huge threes there in the third quarter, and it's like, well, what do you do now? They've tried zone, they've tried a box and one, they've tried man-to-man. It's like, you can only pick your poison when our team's playing this way, so I'm really proud of her, too.
Caitlin, I know you said that you always thought that you could get here.
Yeah.
Is it as sweet as you dreamt about?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Like I said, I don't think it's, really quite set in yet, and I'm just going to try to enjoy every single second of the next week because, this is such rare air. Not many people, let alone get to the NCAA tournament, let alone get to Sweet 16, Elite 8, but we're going to the Final Four, and I hope as many Hawk fans as they can come to Dallas because, it's really special for our program. We haven't been there since 1993, and you don't know the next time you're going to get there. So, and we love them to death, and we wouldn't be here without them. So I hope, a ton of them can come down to Dallas. I think it's a pretty easy flight from the state of Iowa. Who knows? I don't know, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, wherever you got to fly out of, wherever you got to drive from. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to give it everything we have the next, game or two games if we win in advance. So, it's incredible feeling, and I'm going to just enjoy every single second.